What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so Tracy Mcgrady, former NBA player Tracy Mcgrady, was recently asked who would win in a hypothetical one-on-one between him and Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And here's what he had to say. He said, quote, "I'm about 3 inches taller than MJ, so he won't affect my shot at all. He's cat quick, so I have to give him some space, but he can shoot the mid-range. He elevates well on the shot. MJ was strong. Again, 7-game series. I think it could go either way. I think it would be a good competition, though, because I don't think MJ has ever faced a guy like myself with the skill set that I have, being 6'9", being able to shoot the ball, the quickness with the ball, the creativity off the dribble with it. It's all hypothetical, man. Who the F knows? I just would have loved to play MJ one-on-one." Now, actually, Mcgrady did play Michael Jordan. I mean, do people forget that Michael Jordan was in the NBA in the early 2000s, albeit with the Wizards? And in those 8 games against Michael Jordan, although some of these contests include when he was with Toronto, when he wasn't getting much playing time, and Jordan was with the Bulls. But, you know, a lot of times those games were not that competitive. So these numbers are a little bit misleading. But in 8 games against Michael Jordan, Tracy Mcgrady averaged 24.1 points, 6 rebounds, 5.9 assists on 48.6% shooting. While in 8 games against Tracy Mcgrady, Michael Jordan, 20.9 points, 5.6 rebounds, 4.5 assists on 42.4% shooting. The last time they played against each other, I believe Tracy Mcgrady had a 43-point game against Michael Jordan. And I think it was at Washington. And that's when Mcgrady was at the peak of his powers. So, based upon that, and at that point of his career, I think the last 5 games is when he was really Tracy Mcgrady. That average probably was closer to like 27, 28 maybe, okay, against MJ. And he's right. MJ never really faced anybody like him in his prime. But I have to kind of push back on some of what he said. He said MJ wouldn't affect his shot at all. I don't agree with that. Tracy Mcgrady, barefoot, was probably 6'7", 6'7.5", right? In shoes, 6'9". Jordan barefoot, 6'4.5", in shoes, 6'6". So yeah, he is 3 inches taller. But let's not forget that Michael Jordan was one of the best shot blocking guards the game has ever seen. Jordan had 2 seasons where he had over 100 blocks. Okay? Matter of fact, I think it was the '86-'87 season. I think it was '86-'87. Jordan averaged more blocks per game that season than 18 out of the then, I think it was, 23 teams out of the NBA. He averaged more blocks per game than 18 out of the 23 centers in the league at that time. Don't forget, Dwayne Wade, I think, had 6 different seasons with over 100 blocks. Dennis Johnson, who was 6'4", was a strong shot blocking guard. John Wall is another good shot blocking guard. Lonzo Ball is another good shot blocking point guard. And the shortest shot blocking champion of all time is none other than Ben Wallace, who was 6'9", may have even really been only 6'8.5". So you tell the 7-footers that he went against that he was too short to affect and alter their shots. I don't believe that. Especially when you consider the fact that Tracy McGrady, although he had an incredible vertical leap in his prime of 42 inches, Jordan in his prime had a vertical leap between 46 and 48 inches. And don't forget that Jordan was able to hang in the air. That infamous or famous, depending upon your opponent or not, hang time. So I don't know about that. Plus, he's correct. Michael Jordan was strong. And Michael Jordan was a much better defender than Tracy McGrady. But defense was never Tracy McGrady's strong suit. Although he had the skills and the physical gifts to be a great defender, he never was really a great defender. So I don't know about that. Plus, he is right. Jordan in his prime was cat quick. He was great at getting steals. And he's one of the great one-on-one scorers the game has ever seen. One of the best one-on-one scorer in this generation. Kobe gave McGrady all he could. And I think most of us would say that prime Michael Jordan was better than Kobe Bryant. Didn't have as much. Kobe had more in his bag, but Jordan was just better. Jordan was more efficient. Jordan, to me, was one of the strongest post players the game has ever seen at a guard position. Arguably the best post. He's one of the top 3, I would say, post players who were guards I've ever seen. So I think McGrady is too strong. I think McGrady's height would be an advantage on the perimeter when he's shooting. But inside, Jordan's strength would be an asset. And I think Jordan would give McGrady fits on the inside. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about that. I think one-on-one, Jordan with all the tricks, Jordan with the knowledge, Jordan's skill set. I just think that, he would give McGrady problems. I do think that he would give Jordan problems. He did in real life. But that was a Michael Jordan that was older, decayed, a Michael Jordan that had physical issues at the time, had lost most of his quickness and athleticism. So, if he was just facing a Jordan from 5 or 6 years earlier, let alone prime Jordan, I give the edge to Michael Jordan. I don't know about you guys, but I give the edge to Mike. But anyway, that's about it. Tell me what you guys think.